Let me guess. Some of you guys already heard this phrase that life isn't a race, that we all move at our own pace, and that as long as we work hard, we'll eventually get there. That we have different paths. But the race thing analogy doesn't really fit. People claim there's no race, but if it were a race, some of us would already be behind before it even exists or begins. Well, some students have their money, their support, and free time, while others work part-time, commute long hours, or help their families at home. So in a way, the saying life isn't a race does align with people who are in privilege, but not in the comforting sense most people mean. Technically, it's true. We're not competing on the same starting line as everyone else. But the intended meaning, don't worry, just go at your own pace, doesn't really help. Because our pace is affected by challenges others don't face. Before even the semester even starts, we already have deadlines, enrollments, payments, and the requirements we're expected to meet no matter your situation or the situation. At the same time, we're told we all have the same 24 hours in a day, that success is just about managing time well. But then again, that doesn't match reality. Some students have quiet spaces to study at home, others share a small room with their siblings, or doesn't even have a room at all. Some can focus fully, others struggle work, commuting, and family responsibilities. Even if two students study the same number of hours, the outcome might still be different. But that doesn't mean one tried harder than the other. Effort looks different depending on your starting line. Because of this, life isn't a race, because not everyone starts at the same line. In theory, most of us are students. We attend the same classes, submit the same requirements, and we all aim for a degree. But in reality, some worry only about deadlines, while others worry about their tuition, their allowance, their transportation, food, electricity at home. Some can go home and rest, and others go home to responsibilities. So when people say there's no race in life, it often ignores these differences. People often say that success in college is all about time management. That you should plan better, wake up earlier, stay disciplined, then you'll be fine. But that assumes that everyone has the same amount of time to manage. In the Philippines, many college students from lower income families don't just manage time, they stretch it, often at the cost of their sleep, their rest, and their mental well being. Working students and long commuters don't lack effort, they lack privilege, time privilege. So when someone falls behind, it's not always because they managed their time poorly. Sometimes they were just simply managing too much. Acknowledging this inequality doesn't mean making excuses. It means being honest, okay? Pretending everyone starts equally leads to unfair blame. Recognizing different starting points allows us to be more compassionate, more empathetic as classmates, as educators, and as society. Well, maybe life isn't a race, but it's also not fair. And pretending it is doesn't make it easier. So some of us are always running, some of us are just simply walking, some of us are just trying to survive a semester. Not because they're lazy, but because they're carrying more than just schoolwork. So may we stop comparing timelines, may we stop judging people based on how well they manage their time, and may we be honest enough to admit that effort looks different when your starting line is already behind. Well, this isn't about asking you guys a favor. It's about being compassionate with others, being seen. Because in real life, progress isn't always impressive. And sometimes just making it through the day already takes everything. And thank you.